Fucking time. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast. This week, celebrating the color green.
I've got no mic anywhere near
me.
no
mic anywhere
near
near
The mic was like all the way over here. I'm talking to the camera.
It's your first time.
I'm so happy.
You haven't been on the podcast very many times.
We didn't do the introductions, Gus.
Oh,
Took my
Gus.
time off. Oop.
Gavin.
Jack.
Gavi. Hi, I'm Burnie, joining at the end. Nobody was on camera for their own introduction except for me this time.
Did you hear about the problem that South by Southwest had with airport security, where the magazines that they give everyone in their goodie bag, like South by Southwest magazine or whatever, apparently was printed weirdly or too thick or something, so it couldn't be scanned by the X-ray machines?
Was it the magazine or the bag?
It was. I thought it was the magazine.
Okay.
Wait, either that they
either
gave
way.
every
Some
attendee
South by
could not
giveaway.
be scanned by the automated X-ray machine, so they had to hand inspect every single pice of carry-on baggage that had one of those in it.
I'm
Throw
actually.
that shit away.
Yeah.
Throw it away.
I know. As soon as I got that, I was like, "Oh, great!" Chunk, like immediately went in the
When
trash.
someone tries to give me that, I always go, no, I don't want that. It's like, well, here's all your gift bag. Nope. Thanks, though.
You know
I don't
what
want
was
it.
in it? The schedule.
Really?
that it?
It's like, I've got this. I'm fine.
I'm at the Interactive Festival where you have an app. This is literally South by Southwest Interactive.
I'm sure the schedule you have printed is out of date. I'm sure that's the schedule that existed as it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's been changed 100 times since then. Like,
so-
you are literally giving me something that is worthless.
So many things are like that now. Like, we still get like a phone book. It's
Yeah.
like, why the hell do we still get phone books? Like, they'll put it on my front porch. I'll walk it to my recycling bin and throw it away immediately.
That was one of my most popular tweets ever. Was me putting the phone book in my recycling bin, saying, "Oh, sweet, the phone book's here."
Yeah.
Do you know why, right?
Why is that?
So it's basically the print industry in general is all going through this. And the Yellow Pages is that Yellow Pages seems like it's the phone company. It's not. Yellow Pages is not. And like the newspapers as well, is that they base so much of their it used to be like a huge win-win for them. Like a newspaper would sell all their ads based on their subscription rates, but then they were also charging the subscribers to get the newspaper as well. Well, once people started giving up on the newspaper and the phone book and things like that, subscription rates fell, and so they were losing money on the subscriber side, but then they couldn't charge as much for the ads and the placement inside the publication as well. So then they started to make sure, like, forcing it on people just to keep their subscription rates up, just so they get the ad revenue side of things.
That's interesting.
So speaking of LA, they had a fucking earthquake this morning.
Yeah.
I was telling some friends of mine out there, like, that's the kind of earthquake I want to be in. 4.7, just shakes for like 5-10 seconds, and that's it. You go on with your day.
Nice. You just break open your glass, get
Yeah,
your
it's like,
buzzer.
woo! Okay, that's
You're
it.
done.
No one gets hurt. Nothing gets fucked up.
All my
It's
friends
just-
in LA were pretty freaked out by it.
Yeah.
I assume it's a different experience when it's like early morning like that.
Yeah,
When you're
wakes
still
you
like
up.
in your most vulnerable state, naked under a sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I heard the control room laugh.
Depends where you are, I guess.
Yeah.
Some people plan that.
Yeah, like it's all these articles. Did you know the real hoverboard video is a hoax? Here's
What?
some information you need. It's like so we got to put up with not only the horrible, stupid, shitty video which doesn't fool anybody, but then we have to put up with all the people then reporting. I guess that's what we're doing fucking right now though. Is all the people reporting on guess what? It's fake. You know what I mean? And telling people why the video it was fake. It's like when it's clearly nobody was fooled. Not a single person was fooled.
Yeah, we're actually in that third wave of calling out the people who said it was
it's
real.
It's this big circle jerk. Yeah. Gus is having a
It was
blast.
stuck to my beard.
Somebody in the
call
fucking
that.
control room loves Gus and the balloon, apparently. And somebody's laughing their fucking ass off in there.
Everybody, they can't control themselves.
How fucking star for entertainment are you guys in there?
I don't remember the last time I was entertained by a balloon.
You guys aren't even on camera.
We were entertained by balloons when Stretcho was here.
If I was in the control room, I'd
Oh,
be blowing
you're right.
everybody.
Yeah.
That was like that. It's on record. The last time I
The
was.
control room's laughing again.
They're starved. Is that why there aren't Saturday morning cartoons anymore?
Are there not?
I don't know. I feel like I haven't seen one in forever. Like, I'll wake up Saturday mornings and flip to the
What
channels.
time do you wake up on Saturday morning?
At like 10. I mean, it's granted, it's not like crack of dawn or anything, but still, I expect some cartoons.
I used to watch X-Men.
That's what I was saying. X-Men came on like at 10.
The Ninja Turtles, man. And then then around noon they'd switch over
Hero
to a
Turtles.
Saved by the Bell, and it's like, oh man, Saved by the Bell. And then
You don't like Saved by the Bell?
well, I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't. I was like, oh, it's not cartoons anymore; it's live action stuff. Unless it was Pee Wee's Playhouse, and that was okay.
Saved by the Bell was the bomb.
It got pretty cool when I got to like 5th grade. Kelly Pawsky and Lisa Turtle.
Yeah. So there's a big scandal at the moment in the UK, or someone told me this, that a bunch of UK YouTubers have been, I don't know, accused of sexual assault and like.
You're a UK
Having-
YouTuber.
Yeah, you're a UK YouTuber.
I haven't done it. Like having
You were in
sex,
this country.
having sex with their fans and like
Oh,
underage
really?
fans and stuff.
UK YouTubers having sex with their fans? How is Dan? How is he?
He's been out of the country for a couple
this
weeks.
fine St. Patrick's
So
Day.
I had an absolute nightmare today.
Oh
right?
no.
I told that story about Dan and the cross-eyed girl, and how she couldn't see in 3D and stuff. And she messaged me today on Facebook and said,
No!
"Hey, I just started watching Rooster Teeth. Love these animated adventures." And then like, she totally saw the one.
She knew it was
totally,
you. She knew you were talking about
She
her.
totally knew I was talking about her.
That we disavow that. We all allegedly. We have no idea what Gavin
So
Free's talking
she
about.
said,
Did you admit it to her, or
I
are
couldn't
you?
lie. I
Okay,
couldn't-
so
yeah.
okay, you did. So you're not admitting it right now.
She said thanks for the mention, and that I owe her a drink the next time I see her.
Okay, there you go.
So-
She seems like a lovely girl.
I will buy you a drink.
Well, I hear you're going to be in the UK this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing this weekend?
Have her meet you at the airport. Be like, yeah, here's your fucking drink.
I said that on the podcast thinking, Dan probably won't hear this, so there's no way in hell that she will ever see it. I have no idea how she found it.
Fucking animated adventures,
People
man.
find that stuff, dude.
Yeah, it has
You'll
over
find
1
that
million
stuff.
views. I guess, she just found it.
You know, I got well, as a compliment to her. I've known Dan for a number of years, and I've seen him with an appropriate amount of women for that amount of time. And I have never seen Dan with an unattractive lady. So he's a very good barometer for attractive ladies. So I think that
Yeah.
I think that speaks
guy, Burnie.
volumes of her.
Fucking
And I
throw it.
also I gotta say, never seen him with a cross-eyed girl ever. I don't know where you're getting this from, but maybe it's a problem they have in the UK. But I haven't seen it here.
So where's the scandal? I haven't heard anything about this. Where'd you hear about this?
So there was this YouTuber, this musician guy. I think he was signed up with DFTBA, the what are they called, Vlogbrothers, those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been dropped by the Vlogbrothers and stuff. Basically, he was just manipulating his young fans and sleeping with them, and one of them came forward.
Wow.
Can
And
I
then
ask you
now
a
they're all
question?
coming forward
Like-
against all the British musician, all that bunch.
My two favorite financial plans that I've ever heard in my life was Gus's when Red versus Blue first started to take off. I got a financial advisor in to talk to all the guys. 'Cause I want him to do anything stupid.
I like that you have to, know all your friends so well. It's like, all right, before we pay out,
Okay, morons.
you're gonna sit through this before I pay you.
And one of the reasons why we moved to salaries, we used to just, I'll go into it later, but financial plan, Gus had the good, can I tell your financial plan?
Sure.
So the
I love my
financial
financial
advisor
plan.
sat down with Gus, and I had to talk to the financial planner. I said, these guys are a little, they're not going to take this really seriously.
charity,
I go, but
yeah.
really talk to them because they're like, they should start like thinking about the future and stuff like that. They should. And he's like, I talk to people like this all the time. I'm fine. He came out of the meeting with Gus and he was like a little pale. And he was like, I said, what happened? He goes, well, I said to him, Mr. Sorolla, I said, what is your financial plan for the future? And he goes, to die at 40. And the guy goes, okay, well, that's a funny answer. But like, let's say for whatever reason, let's say you don't die at 40 and you need to prepare for the future. What's your plan then? And Gus goes, shotgun. Gus basically chased the financial advisor out of there.
Jesus Christ.
And then another guy I know who's like basically my mentor. He was basically anti-investors, like not investors, but like stock market stuff like that, because he'd seen like people do really shady shit, I think. And the financial planner asked him, "So what's your long-term financial plan?" And he said, "I would like to write a hot check for my funeral." that is the
Nice.
perfect financial plan.
That's awesome. I
Just
like that. I'm gonna change my answer to that one.
Burn everything, and then you write a bounce check for your own coffin, basically.
Nice.
And going back to those early days, I mean, that's the reason that we got. Oh, I should say, I was the reason we got healthcare in the first place at Rooster Teeth.
Totally.
I had been sick for like a year and a half, and I just wouldn't go to the doctor. And you're like, Gus, what's wrong with? Like, I don't know. I'm just sick. I'm
What are you on
dying.
about? What were you sick of?
I just had real bad stomach problems.
Stomach problems.
And
Look, he literally couldn't go through a meal. I was really worried about the guy.
and then finally, you're like, listen, we're gonna get health insurance. Just go to the doctor. I went, and it's like, oh yeah, here, just take this pill. You'll be fine.
So you were sick for a year and you could have
I
taken
was sick
a
for
pill.
more than
Dude,
a year.
I'll tell
I
you,
was
he
sick
wasn't.
for a
He's not the
long
only
time.
one either. There are people in this company where I have gone and printed out and made appointments for them at doctors and just go, they're gonna solve, and then their problem was solved.
Dude, healthcare is the best.
My favorite ATM was there was this shitty little pub.
You have a favorite ATM?
This is my favorite. Though. This is my favorite. This shitty little pub that was right across the street from our old office downtown. Remember Mike's Pub?
Mike's
Wasn't
Pub.
wasn't shitty. It was awesome.
Mike's Pub was awesome.
They had good burgers there.
It was
you could,
shitty.
You could eat on a pool table. They put a piece of wood
shitty.
over it.
No, that place
and eat
was
on
We're
a
shitty.
pool
calling the
table.
Austin Airport shitty. Mike's Pub, I get to call it shitty.
It's a greasy spoon,
It
like
was
by
in,
definition.
It was inside a parking garage.
It was awesome.
It was in
So
the parking
good.
garage.
Greasy spoon. It's a greasy chair, a greasy table.
It's greasy.
Do you know what you want to know? You want to know a bit of trivia?
Megan.
Oh yeah, you know it. Megan worked there. Megan Castro when we were at that thing.
Really?
Megan, who works for us. Yeah.
Was
works
she
with
the
us.
angry guy who would throw food at you?
No, but do you remember their ATM?
Yeah.
So you go to use their ATM, which was right there next to. They never took. They couldn't take credit cards or anything. They could only pay in cash. They had an ATM right there, and I was like, "This ATM just I just told it to give me $40 and it didn't do anything." And he goes, "Oh." He jumped over the counter. He grabs the front door of the ATM, opens it. There's a stack of cash. He pulls it out and goes tap tap tap, and then puts it back in. And then it spits out my $40. The guy behind the counter could get into the ATM. It was his ATM. It was like the weirdest thing ever.
Does that mean
But
it
he
didn't
wouldn't take
belong-
credit cards.
Didn't belong to a bank then, or what?
No, it was
just-
like
You
privately
can have
licensed.
private ATMs.
I want one.
It's like, if you're a business that only accepts cash in this day and age, you're totally embezzling money, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You're totally cooking the books.
Oh, you mean they're not reporting because they're getting cash?
Right.
Yeah.
They're just like underreporting, not paying proper sales tax, fucking
Do you
not
think a guy
paying
that
income
uses
tax on
whores
it.
a lot would have an ATM in his bedroom?
A guy. So the whores come to his house.
What?
A guy who does what?
That wouldn't make sense.
No,
though,
because he'd be taking out his own money.
Yeah.
The other day, went to South by Southwest Gaming. We had a panel, and I was late for it by I had a really great story, and it's going to be borderline racist, but it's funny. So I was going to go park in the parking garage, and it said parking lot full. And that's at the convention center at the expo center. That's a huge multi-level parking lot. I was like, God damn it. And if you can't park there, I know I can't park anywhere else in South by Southwest downtown. I'm fucked. So I said to the guy, where can I park? He goes, you can't park anywhere. I said, well, I'm late for a panel. Where do I go? He goes, well, why don't you try the exhibition parking lot, the loading dock? And I thought, okay, we're an exhibitor here. We have a booth. I'll try that. So I pull in. The story's going somewhere. Even though the white guy's telling it, I'm not racist. Which means I'm about to tell a racist story.
This is about to be a
God.
racist. Say something racist.
We
now.
So
we
this
have live
middle-aged,
censoring, right?
larger black lady is the security guard there. And she goes out. She comes out. Super nice. She goes, can I help you? And I said, yeah. I said, I got to get into this exhibition. I saw these loading vans for where they load all the booths out to put them in the convention hall. I said, I got to get in there. I said, I got to get in the panel. So can I park in here? She goes, oh, no. She goes, you can't park in here. She goes, this is only for delivery vehicles. And I said, well, I'm an exhibitor and I have a booth. So can I park there? She goes, I don't know. She goes, I don't know. I don't think so. And I go, is there anything you can do? Please, please, please. And she goes, well, let me call. What is your booth number? And I said, and she's turning away from me and she's walking back to the little security hut. And I said, well, I don't know my booth number, but my company is Rooster Teeth, if that helps. And she stops. She goes, that does help. I love Rooster Teeth. I would never expect in a million years that this lady would be a Rooster Teeth fan. It was like the weirdest thing of all. She didn't give me a fucking parking space though. So I got fucked. But where I was going with this story was that I got to go.
Side, okay.
I finally got to go into the parking garage, and the parking garage is entirely filled with like probably 900 cars, except for the 2 spaces right in front, which for electric vehicles only.
Nice.
So now I've realized everywhere I go, I can park in electric vehicles only.
It's the benefit to having one in Texas where nobody has it.
And every time I saw them up until like 3 months ago, I was like, fucking jackass.
No, you're the jackass.
I have to admit too, I got out of my car and there was a Prius in the other spot, and I said, that's not an electric car.
There are electric Priuses.
But it wasn't one of them.
Oh, okay.
So they're
a
a
fully
smart
electric
Prius.
Did they
owner.
have the actual charge station there too? That
Yeah,
you
they have a
use?
charge station.
That's I think the Austin Energy uses that lot, so that makes sense.
I might be a little more gun shy specifically this week about like broader interaction because I just watched like Shira, who I like a lot. Like I've done a lot of really fun stuff with Shira. When you guys did that Rosario Dawson interview with her on the podcast, it was Brandon's an RT podcast. She got fucking brutalized by the RT fans. I mean, she was just like,
I don't get it.
they were brutal. And it was just you would think that if you show up to make a comment, that the first thing you're going to do when you make a comment is read the other comments. It's like, there's the comment box. Here are the other fucking comments. So it's like, you would think, oh, look, she's already getting fucking piled on. Oh, I'm just going to add to that. I'm just going to fucking throw my voice on top of that. You know what I mean?
What did people want? Did they want it to sit there in silence?
I think from what I understand, like from what I read, it seemed like people were expecting a Rooster Teeth podcast, and she may have spearheaded it a little bit more than they assumed was going to happen. And it was, I mean, that's, no fault of hers. It's just kind of like, all right.
I had a
that's
good
what
time
happened.
talking to her.
She's been on the podcast before.
We know her.
Yeah. We're friends.
And everyone was like, wow, she's giving Gavin a really hard time for no reason. It's like, I've known her for ages.
It's like
fine.
we
Also,
know
how
her.
is that unlike
Yeah.
the Rooster Teeth podcast and people giving each other a hard time?
I did a show last South by. I was like, she's friends of ours. so
It's
not a
that
big deal.
perception that maybe she we don't know her or she doesn't know us.
I don't know. I think people are. It's one of those things where like this is my thing. I know about it, and when people like kind of mess with that, they get really upset by it. It's like, oh, don't mess with the thing that I like.
You change.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a certain portion of every internet audience that just can't accept change, and we see it all the time. I mean, we see with like one of the most popular guys in the whole company right now is Ryan. That guy, he practically got jumped in by the audience, when he joined. I mean, it was like, and nobody seems to remember that now, I mean, it's
it
like
fluctuates. Dude, just watch. Like, it's fun watching my like sort of barometer of the community. Like, do they hate me this week or do they love me this week? It's one or the other, and this just kind of goes back and forth. And it's like, all right, like, oh, I killed Gavin by accident. No, I guess I'm the worst person on earth.
Well, more than anything, like, we've been doing this podcast in some form for over 5 years now, and
3 decades.
3 decades. I like to try new things.
Making that joke for 5 years.
And we got to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Got to try new things every now and then. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I think the important thing is that we have to keep trying, and we have to keep trying to figure out new ways to entertain.
And we've all grown slightly.
Yeah. And I think there are some things that worked and some things that didn't. People obviously didn't like the what's trending thing. I think the collaboration with Joe Rogan went over was a little more positively accepted.
Dude, I fucking love that. I had a blast.
It's great. I've listened to his podcast. I was really looking forward to having a chance to talk with him, and I thought it was a little, we really didn't know each other. I made it a point. I told him when I met him earlier that day, I was like, listen, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be rude. I just don't want to talk to you right now because anything we talk about, I want to make sure we save it for camera. He's like, I totally get it. I totally understand. So I felt like maybe I didn't have the rapport with him that I should have at the start, but it helped save the conversation, I think.
Bye, everybody.
Watch the No. It's new.
Oh,
yeah, watch the No.
What an interesting